It is about time. It is about time. It is about time. It is about time. Yeah. Thursday. Yes, it's Thursday. Hey, everybody, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I like asking that question because a lot of things are going on. But you know what? We're going to be going on together. What you think? Good evening, everyone. I am Lady D. Denise Gomez, your producer and presenter of the show Inside the Zone with Lady D, the community platform where information is guaranteed. Welcome to you, and you. I missed you for the past few days. I was here on Monday, and I'm back today. Thank you for joining me. I never take you for granted. Not at all. Today's program is brought to you by my sponsor, Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. The show is broadcast on your budding and buzzing station 24/7, 365 days for the year. Linkage Radio 101.7, 104.5 FM. Broadcast on YouTube, Inside the Zone with Lady D. Also on Spice International Gospel Network, Sign FM 88.9, Touch FM Radio 90.1, and Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, www.caribbeanvibesradio.com. In this evening's program, I take you, as always, to my fourth Thursday feature of the show. Inspirational Zone. We get our praise on with inspirational gospel music. It is Gospel Music Thursday, did you remember? News Zone, a delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. Black History Facts. Black history in roots reggae music. I got some information for you. In Mail Zone at 7 p.m., your emails are my priority. From the subject line, I know the right thing to do is tell her. My conscience is killing me. And at 7:30 p.m. in my Black History Zone, Black Excellence. Dr. Sandra Grant is phenomenal. Her academic achievements demonstrate hard work and dedication to many people in her generation. Join me for an in-depth interview with Dr. Grant at 7:30 p.m. She will be joining me in studio right here in the station. 21 minutes after 6 o'clock, I gotta go on with the show. Welcome, everyone. Are you ready to raise your hands and give a clap and yoo-hoo, give a shout out, stomp your feet? Maybe you can't hear me stomping my feet, but, I would like you to stomp your feet. Ensure that the very young bones are intact. Yes, so welcome, everyone. 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. That is the telephone number to the Linkage Radio station, just in case you're wondering and you don't know what to do, who to talk to, etc., etc. Well, that's the telephone number. You don't want to miss it. Let's get our praise on, shall we?
Glory to glory, and from faith to faith, I'm moving on, I'm moving on, I'm moving on. I'm getting older, so I'll keep it straight. It hurts to let go, but it hurts more to stay. I'm moving on, I'm moving on, hey, I'm moving on. Hey, 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 I know my rear view He taught me well. Forget your failures and forgive yourself. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Hey, 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 hey. I know my review can't compare to what God will do with my life. And I am forgetting what's behind me. I am finally decided. I know my review can't compare to what God will do with my life. And now I'm forgetting what's behind me. I am finally decided. I've been moving on. I'm moving on. Yeah. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Know that I will be. Know I will. Forgetting what's behind me, focusing on what's inside me. Christ ahead and I'm just in this body. Never would the love be spotted. I pride myself on bringing light to your parties. Holy Ghost, you rectify the mind, I'm naughty. Without you, it's powder, I'm a dry land. Without your power, I'm a nightmare. Nothing but trouble saying bye, man. Can't have too much on the diamond. My brother called me, I could cry, man. Told me we moving, I'm in God's hands. Yeah. Told me we moving, I'm in God's hands. Bring my moving truck in. Gotta go. Told me we moving, I'm in God's hands. Told me we moving, I'm in God's hands. Told me we moving, I'm in God's hands.
That's what I'm talking about. Inspirational Zone. That's Jonathan McReynolds. I love that song. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the show. It's Center Stage today, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. I'd like to say hi to Pat and to Ryan. They're chatting up a storm there on the YouTube channel. Thank you, Ryan. I'm in blue. Yeah, I'm in blue today with my necklace going on, stuff happening. Welcome to the show. 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. Happy birthday. You're celebrating your birthday today. You know what? I would like to give out the email address. Inside the Zone nyc@gmail.com, inside the zone nyc@gmail.com. Send me your birthdays and your wedding anniversaries and when baby born, all that good stuff. I'd like to give shout outs and call names. Okay? What you saying? I think that would be good. Email me inside the zone nyc@gmail.com. So the Russia-Ukraine dilemma is on. Keep praying, everybody. Keep praying. Keep praying. That's all we can do. Keep praying so that things will kind of, it's what it is. It exists. But we can pray for peace. That's there. We can't do without peace, can we? So please keep praying while we're here moving on and having a good time. There are people in turmoil. They can't sleep. They're hearing all these bombings going on, and the people are nervous and all that. Ain't nice. People in the downtowns of many downtowns can tell you when there is an unrest. So welcome. 6:28 p.m. Let me get the show going. I just brought you Jonathan McReynolds and Mali Music. Moving on. That's what I'm talking about. It's now time for News Zone, a delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, February 23, 2022. The COVID-19 containment measures that have been in effect for the almost 2 years of the pandemic are likely to come to an end in 3 weeks' time as government announces a further relaxation of the measures until then. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the announcement during a virtual press briefing at Jamaica House yesterday evening.
We have 3 weeks of these measures left, and then at the end of 3 weeks, it is quite likely that we will bring the measures to an end.
He says the decision to delay the ending of the measures is, in large part, driven by the objective to resume face-to-face learning after the midterm break for all children, many of whom cannot get vaccinated as they're below age 12. In the meantime, the COVID containment measures have been significantly relaxed to allow for more economic and social activity. Effective this Friday, February 25, until March 17, the daily curfew is now from midnight to 5 a.m. Up to 100 persons can now attend funerals and burials, which are still only permitted between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Mondays to Fridays. The maximum number of persons for events hosted by public sector entities, weddings, and annual general meetings of companies is also 100. The Prime Minister says the ease in restrictions reflects the recent rapid improvement in all COVID indicators.
Our daily case count has been decreasing steadily and is now back to the level we had in mid-December 2021, prior to the start of our fourth wave. Our average daily number of new hospital admissions has also been declining. Our COVID-related hospitalizations are now less than 50% of our COVID bed capacity.
He, however, hastened to caution that the pandemic is not over, and while government acknowledges the fatigue in the society, it's important to retain a balance between the continued public health risk and the need for greater economic and social engagement. As a result, Mr. Holness says the wearing of masks in public spaces is still required, adding that even when the Disaster Risk Management Act is removed, this is likely to remain a public health requirement until it is certain that we are out of the pandemic. Meanwhile, the government has relaxed the requirements for travel into Jamaica. Effective Tuesday, March 1, persons no longer need to obtain a travel authorization through the Jam COVID or Visit Jamaica platforms.
We are, at this time, maintaining the existing pre-test requirement for a negative PCR or antigen test conducted within 3 days prior to travel. We are aware that obtaining pre-tests is becoming more difficult and expensive in some jurisdictions. We are therefore reviewing whether or not we should maintain this requirement or modify it.
Travel-related quarantine requirements will also be eliminated on March 1.
I hasten to add that we are still strongly recommending and encouraging persons to limit their movements for at least 5 days after returning from travel. In particular, I urge persons who have traveled to distance themselves from those who are most at risk persons who are 60 years and over, persons with comorbidities.
The isolation requirement remains in effect for persons who test positive for COVID-19. Still on COVID-related matters, Cabinet will be reviewing a plan for the resumption of entertainment events at its next meeting on Monday. The plan, which is now being finalized, will be presented by the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Desmond McKenzie.
We're very concerned that the entertainment sector has been so badly hit, particularly the formal sector. So it's not just about reopening, it's also about how we offer support to the industry to return and to return safely.
The Prime Minister indicated that it was likely that the present protocols requiring persons to be vaccinated for attendance at large events would form part of the plan.
The position based upon science and advice, public health science and advice, is that it is best to have only vaccinated persons gather en masse. I'm not of a mind or of a view that says that unvaccinated people should be discriminated against. But in the balance of trying to just make sure that we do not see a recurrence and a surge, there are just some things that we have to carefully do.
In other news, Cabinet has approved a 28.5% increase in the national minimum wage effective April 1 this year. Minister of Labor and Social Security Carl Samuda made the announcement during a digital press conference on Tuesday. The rate now moves from $7,000 to $9,000 per 40-hour work week. The minimum wage for industrial security guards will also increase from $9,700 to $10,500 per 40-hour work week. The accompanying allowances for security guards are also improving. Their laundry allowance is now $47.62 per hour. The firearm premium allowance has increased to $51.95 per hour, and dog handlers' premium allowance will be increased to $35.72 per hour. Life insurance with double indemnity protection and dismemberment coverage will also go up from $2.75 million to $2.97 million.
The necessary orders will give effect to these increases when it is tabled in the House, which will take place as soon as the House convenes from the recess that we are now on.
Minister Samuda says that while it was hoped the minimum wage could have been further increased, it depends largely on the pace at which the Jamaican economy recovers.
We thank God for the pace that it has recovered so far, and we have expectations that things will improve to enable this benefit to even be more meaningful in the near future.
In the meantime, the minister is urging employers to compensate their workers at levels higher than the minimum wage where they can.
This is the minimum wage, and there are many people who use this as a guide, but it does not constitute the wage that you are expected to pay. If you can do more and you help, as many do, those who work for you that fall into these categories, then by all means, certainly, effort should be made to do that.
And finally, the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service has finalized its 12-month wage agreement with public sector workers who have signed on to the 4% increase plus incentives. The Jamaica Police Federation is the latest group to accept the offer. Portfolio Minister Dr. Nigel Clark says the overall process is now 98% complete, with administrative work accounting for the remaining 2%. He says the agreement reached with the different public sector groups is a testament to social cohesion.
To think that together through dialogue and discussion, we've been able to achieve agreement with bargaining groups and unions representing 98% of public sector workers with today's signing is a testimony to the social cohesion of the Jamaican society.
Chairman of the Police Federation, Corporal Rohan James, says that while the group is not satisfied, they're making a sacrifice in the interest of national security.
We are going to ensure that we hold true to form and the government accountable and to its word when the government posits that we will benefit significantly from the compensation review implementation, and the Federation will ensure that at the end of the day, the membership gets what they so desire in the interest of all parties and the people of Jamaica.
The 2021-22 Heads of Agreement was put forward by the Finance Ministry to allow government to carry out its compensation review process. The review is intended to overhaul the structure of salaries and other emoluments in the public service to make them more equitable. Implementation is slated for this year. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
That was a delayed broadcast of the news, courtesy of the Jamaica Information Service. Good evening, Enid. So nice having you on my YouTube channel. Welcome to you and to my YouTubers. Thank you for rolling in at this time. Don't forget, at 7:30 p.m., I will be having a very good interview. Let me just put it that way. It ought to be good, with Dr. Sandra Grant. And you'll be knowing who Sandra is, how this whole doctoral thing came about, and it's in my Black Excellence feature. So don't miss it, 7:30 p.m. Right now, I take you to some more music. Did I say it is Black History, reggae, gospel, something going on here? on my Music Thursday? I did. But if you're just joining me and you missed all of that, then I'm bringing you in the know. 6:38 p.m. Linkage Radio, 104.5, 101.7 FM. You're joining me. You're at the right place at the right time. Don't you go anywhere. Sit down, scrape the pot bottom, or heat your hot chocolate kind of thing. Yesterday we were in the 60s, and then today we just boodoof right back down to reality. Yes, sir. I just love being in this climatic weather. And those of you who are, in the warmer weather, and you're saying, Lord, you all stay up, so don't worry. You never know. Seasons are changing. Things are happening. Got more music for you. It is Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez.
I have a message for my youths out there. And if you ever need to hear, then listen and understand. Alright. The kingdom of heaven is like a merchant on the lookout for choice pearls. And when him find the one of great value, trades everything him own for by the pearl. But check it out well. Heaven. Grab your neighbor and your family, grab your friends, cause the kingdom come again. Tell them about the man called Jesus, so that if you let them hear me. Heaven. Grab your neighbor and your family, grab your friends, cause the kingdom come again. Tell them about the man called Jesus. Me have a question for them. Why when I walk down the street, me have to see a lot of youth sitting down by the wayside again, yeah. And it hurts me to know it's all cool to make the babies, but you know want to father them, and no one's there to say a word. 35. But at the negative energy that speaks when it build up in the youths, them minds. You can't see it, then wake up my youths. Cultivate and bring forth the fruits in due season. Play Jesus and take him off a mute, cause me want to go heaven. Grab your neighbor and your family, grab your friends, cause the kingdom come again. Tell them about the man called Jesus, so that if you let them hear me. Heaven. Grab your neighbor and your family, grab your friends, cause the kingdom come again. Tell them about the man called Jesus. In these perilous times we're living in, my youths have got to know about the Father, yeah. Don't be tossed and turned by the winds. It's time you know the truth, the last order. So many false religions around the place that may cause you to falter, yeah. But there is a better place, so bring your burdens at the altar. Alright then, can't see it then, wake up my youths. Cultivate and bring forth the fruit in due season. Play Jesus and take him off a mute. Check it out well. Heaven. Grab your neighbor and your family, grab your friends, cause the kingdom come again. Tell them about the man called Jesus, so that if you let them hear me. Heaven. Grab your neighbor and your family, grab your friends, cause the kingdom come again. Tell them about the man called Jesus, and make me talk to them again. They shall be weeping on gnashing of teeth. I'll be on the right side rejoicing with the sheep. Some want to wait until them old and grey, but the king comes soon. As soon as the day is arise upon me sons and me daughters. Preach the word more than the words of the pastors. Teach the word that make the angels move faster, so we could live in every place with the master. Please shine the light and make them overstand that we are on one part of one great mission. To me all the reggae music, all the mic can understand. Send my message to the nations. Alright, my youths are dying now, but creation is crying out for the manifestation of your sons and daughters. So arise and see it and wake up my youths. Cultivate and bring forth the fruit in due season. Play Jesus and take him off a mute. Alright then rule heaven. Grab your neighbor and your family, grab your friends, cause the kingdom come again. Tell them about the man called Jesus, so that if you let them hear me. Heaven. grab your neighbor and your family, grab your friends, cause the kingdom come again. Tell them about the man called Jesus. They want to go to heaven.
Yeah. What can I tell you? This is Alan Petty out of Guyana. I just love this one. And Ryan, you knew it. I had to say, Ryan, you know tune. Yes, heaven. Great job there. Alan, great job. Welcome, everyone. It's Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. It's the fourth Thursday feature of the show, and I'm bringing you my Gospel Music Thursday. As you know, I'm tying in Black History Month and Reggae Month, and it has been good. Wouldn't you say? Yes, it has been good. Right now, I take you to my Reggae Month feature because I have some reading to do for you. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station. 24/7, 365 days for the year. Welcome to Sassy Booby. Bobby Ann. And Wayne. It's so nice to see you, Wayne. What's doing? I popped over to Instagram. Invariably, am I over there? I don't broadcast on Instagram like that. But I just thought I would just, do something a little different this evening. That's what I'm talking about. So welcome to those of you who are tuning in and just saying, things are going on here on the show on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM. Let me now bring you my Black History reggae music. Black History Month gets a special level of attention in Jamaica, not merely because of its legendary African heritage, but because February is also Reggae Month. It's a time for Jamaicans to celebrate their unique contributions to world music. Certainly, they have more than one reason to celebrate. Let me take you there. Since the late 1960s, reggae has been the primary popular style of music in Jamaica. Its origins reflect the cultural hybridity for which the Caribbean is known. Reggae's roots trace back to the late 1940s and 1950s, when the Jamaican recording industry was in its infancy. Mento, a rural-based music that developed from the period of slavery and which came to be influenced by Trinidadian calypso in the urban context of Kingston, was then the popular music. By the late 50s, a new style known as ska burst onto the urban scene. As anthropologist Ken Bilby tells it, ska was born when urban Jamaican musicians began to play North American rhythm and blues, a style that had penetrated the island via imported records and radio broadcasts from Miami and other parts of the southern United States. In addition to the influences of jazz, the rhythmic patterns of Jamaica's spiritual Afro-revival music were combined with rhythm and blues to complete the new form known as ska. The tempo of the music was energetic and upbeat, something that most observers take to reflect the Jamaican national mood in the run-up to independence. The ska era is of note for several other reasons. It was during this period, 1950s to 1966, that sound system dances were in swing in urban Kingston, with many young musicians being influenced by the music that was played. During this period, sound systems, essentially mobile speakers with turntables and amplifiers, became a black space of national affiliation, significant as one of the only venues in which Jamaican youth began to cross class lines. Notable ska artists influenced by the sound system phenomena would go on to become reggae artists, notably the Wailers, Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, and Bunny Wailer, and Toots and the Maytals. It was also during the ska era that the heartbeat pulse of Rastafari, sacred drumming known as Nyabingi, exerted its influence on several ska songs, the most famous being O Carolina, a composition by the Folks Brothers and the legendary Rastafari drummer Count Ozzy, a.k.a. Oswald Williams. For Jamaican listeners, the addition of these Rastafari rhythms were an explicit way of recognizing and honoring Africa, an element often lacking in American rhythm and blues. Explicit Rastafari themes also began to creep in notably through the work of the band The Scatolites and their lead trombonist in songs like Tribute to Marcus Garvey and Reincarnation. By 1966, as the economic expectations around independence failed to materialize, the mood of the country shifted, and so did Jamaican popular music. And new but short-lived music, dubbed rocksteady, was ushered in as urban Jamaicans experienced widespread strikes and violence in the ghettos. The symbolism of the name rocksteady, as some have suggested, appeared to be an aesthetic effort to bring stability and harmony to a shaky social order. The pace of the music slowed with less emphasis on horns and instrumentalists and more on drums, bass, and social commentary. The commentary reflected folk proverbs and biblical imagery associated with Rastafari philosophy, but it also contained references to rude boys, militant urban youth armed with ratchet knives and guns, prepared to use violence to confront the injustices of the system. Needless to say, topical songs, a staple of Caribbean music more generally, were at home in both ska and rocksteady compositions. The ska rocksteady era was aptly bookended by two songs: the optimistic cry of Derek Morgan's Forward March in 1962 that led into independence, and the panicked lament of the Ethiopians, Everything Crash, 1968, that spoke to social upheaval and uncertainty of the early post-independence period. Scoop, 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 scoop right there for you. Here on Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. It's my Black History Reggae Month feature. 10 minutes to 7 o'clock right here on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM. This is Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Mondays 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Thursdays 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's a good day. I'm here to keep you company. And while you're keeping company, I have to take a short break. Stay with me. Don't go anywhere.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Near Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
It's my Gospel Music Thursday. Welcome to those of you on the YouTube channel and on Instagram. Lady D, Denise Gomez. That's my name.
For the price you paid, bearing all my sin and shame, in love you came and gave amazing grace. Thank you for this love, Lord. Thank you for the nail-pierced hands. Wash me in your cleansing
How are you? Welcome to Center Stage. Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I am not bad. You heard me. I wanted that song was to rewind. You heard me.
Oh, you wanted this song? Oh, yeah. Hey, Gloria.
I wanted to hear it again. Thank you, my dear.
Okay, you're welcome.
And blessings for coming out, for giving us, as usual. The phone was acting up Monday. I wanted us to jump in so badly.
Mm-hmm. But it didn't work
out. I couldn't say a word. But let you play out the song. I love it.
No problem.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye. It's 7 o'clock. You know what happens now, don't you? Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. From the subject line, I know the right thing to do is tell her my conscience is killing me. Good evening, everyone. My guest is here already, early as a bird. That works just fine. So welcome to everyone to, of course, Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. It's now time for Mail Zone. Let's see what's going on a Thursday.
Always brand new. Back from the jump, we had a hunch that we had everything. Perfect combination. Love plus you and me. A perfect combination. We couldn't ask for any better. Perfect combination.
Well, you know how it goes on a Thursday evening. Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. Let's check our inbox. Dear Lady D, I am a 45-year-old man. I was raised by a single mother with solid Christian principles. I am the eldest of 4 children. My wife and I have 2 beautiful daughters, ages 15 and 18. Our lives revolve around our girls. Like most Jamaican women, cooking is an integral part of their lives. I know good cooking, Lady D, because my mother was the best at it. Unfortunately, my wife has not been measuring up to the task at all over the years. I try to help, but she refuses to take tips from me. The girls are good, and from time to time she allows them to cook, and when I give them raving reviews, she gets upset. 2 weeks ago, our neighbor and friend stopped by the house. My wife answered the door, and when our neighbor announced that she had a pan of jerk chicken, my wife, in no uncertain terms, told her we were not hungry and that she wasted her time. Now, Lady D, this woman has been there for our family since the girls were babies. However, my wife has always thought that she has had a crush on me and always stops by with a story. Admittedly, she often comes over, but I have done nothing untoward to confirm my wife's suspicions. My wife contends that she is single and will put nothing past her. Men hear of women whose intuitions are spot on, and I admit at times they are right. On Tuesday, As I was walking to my car, my neighbor bent over her engine. I called out to ask her what was wrong, and she said her car would not start. Against my better judgment, I went to her aid. Lady D, I stood beside her to look into the engine. The woman turned my face to hers and kissed me on the lips. Not only that, but she offered to cook for me because she overheard my daughters telling her son that their mother could not cook. I was so shocked by the kiss and her suggestion. She laughed at my response and said that she wanted to kiss me the first time she saw me. Well, it's been a few days, and I have not had the guts to tell my wife. My conscience is killing me. I know the right thing to do is tell her. And he ends it there. Let me hear your story. 914-600-4228. 914-600-4228. I wonder who wants to talk to me. Hello?
Hello. Good night, Miss Lady D.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm okay. How you doing? How was the day?
My day was fine, thanks.
Okay. How was your program?
It's going on.
Yeah. Listen, you watch the news that they sentence the chief policeman find him guilty.
Yes. So hear what happened now. Were you listening to the radio a while ago?
No. Me never know see the pan is Mr. MS telling me say you on the radio.
All right, and I thank MS so much. But I am just into a segment here now, which I couldn't squeeze the news at this moment. But yes, I am aware of it because I know you're a newsman.
Okay, and then sentence to charity. They not set on date to them yet, but then find him guilty.
All right, no problem. Thanks for the update.
Okay.
Okay, take it easy.
Okay.
All right.
So what was your program
So
about?
I am doing a letter now. So you have to go hang up, and then I'll air it for you again, and then you can call me back.
All right.
All right. Blessings. All righty. 914-600-4228. 914-600-4228. Mail zone. What on earth should this man... What on earth should this... what on earth should this poor man do? You know, you have some women out there, you know, who will stop at nothing. They'll stop at nothing. They don't care. Even if you and them a good friend on the up and up, call that low and low, they really want to do something with you. What does Jackie say? If he has no intentions, then he shouldn't. If he has no intentions, then he shouldn't tell her. What say you? Should he tell her? Because the woman is not going to... Okay, then. Good evening. How are you? Welcome.
Yes, I was listening to the story when you read it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a proverbial saying, "Don't trouble until it troubles you."
Oh, dear Lord. So you're suggesting that he shouldn't tell her nothing?
I think it is best that he keeps quiet, because that is going to be problematic. The fact that his wife did not accept the jerk chicken from that lady before, I would suggest it's best he keeps quiet.
And what if this woman doesn't stop? I mean, she keeps doing little things here and there. What happens then? You know, these things have a way of coming out.
You will have to get the return with her. So listen, you have to stop. I'm not going to support any of what you do. You have to stop. That's what he will need to tell her.
Mm-hmm. All right, MS, I hear you. This is a difficult one. He's caught between a rock and a hard place. If he doesn't tell her and it pop out later on, that's a problem. If he tells her now, it might not be so bad. At least she can say, "Oh, wait, well, you're kind of honest. You want to tell me."
I suspect you will run into trouble also, because his wife rejected the jerk chicken that she brought before. And if he goes ahead and tells that he was kissed by this lady, that's gonna create problems for
You know, can you imagine? She didn't even say make she slap him on him butt or, you know, on him arm and so. She popped big kiss. Who does, you know, that's what I'm saying. The woman is like brazen here. The whole time she holding it down.
She did put some oil.
She's creating a lot of problems there. Lots of problems.
All right, thanks. Let me go to another caller. Good evening. How are you?
I'm good.
Queen.
All right, hold on, King. Yes, who is? I hear a lady's voice. Let me take the call.
Gloria.
Pardon me?
Gloria.
Yes, Gloria. Hi.
Yes, he have to stop her right there because she had things in her mind already. And he has to be really stern as the gentleman said and let her know. How can you do that? And the man is married. You come on. You know, you can't be so brave and she's right there.
Yes.
She gotta go find somebody and leave him alone and let him and his wife live in peace and don't stir up no answers there with the man and his wife.
And we don't know what she going cooking to the dish of stuff. Oh Lord.
Come tell the lady husband gone to, no wonder she had refused it.
Maybe the lady's spirit
I tell you
pick up
that they say we have an intuition. There's something that tells you something is. She had something up her sleeve.
Right.
Leave the man alone and go find somebody for yourself. He's married and don't put him in any uncomfortable situation.
Thank you, Gloria. Let me take the next call. Hi, how are you?
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
King?
Hey. No, Lady D. No, everybody. I'd run like a thief for my wife immediately. The machine in need. This is an opportunity to call me wife. He should have run immediately. So that having wife to come deal with her and tell her right there what she do, what she just do. For instance, can you imagine you work at a workplace and there is this guy who keeps talking, like he's interested in something. And one day you and your husband go out. And you see the same man take side with you. Because I call your husband and say, look, John, this boy I work at my workplace and he won't give me a break. Talk to him, make him know that I have a man. So the man needs to run for your wife. The wife supposed to be in best friend way, honest to never lie to your partner, people. A downhill you go when the lying start. No lying is necessary. Man, run for your wife. Until I make him come with a pan and meet next time and the wife meet him, I do a pot of cold water and dash in her face. She out order.
All right, King, I hear you. Thank you. Do we have another call?
All right.
Hello? All righty. 914-600-4228. Let me tell you what happened here. Here is a 45-year-old man. He's married. He has 2 children with his wife. They have a neighbor who apparently the whole time she has had a liking for the husband. And it so happened she was pretending. I don't think anything had happened to the car that morning. And so she over there bent over into engine. Help me, Lord. Bend over. And then he goes over with his kind self to offer some help. And while in there bend over, the woman up, take him off guard, spin him face, smack kiss on lip. And now he's in stress, wondering what to do, if he's to tell his wife or not. Now, some of my callers have said, go find your own husband. Another one said, leave well alone. Gloria says, go find somebody for yourself. And Ryan just said, he would fly, go tell his wife same time. He wouldn't even bother wait. Let me hear what you have to say to me. Good evening. Welcome to Mail Zone.
Good evening. How are you?
Hey, Ed. I'm fine.
Which one of our car was giving problem? Couldn't start.
The motor car.
Motor car. Oh. Well, in life, lady, these things happen. And it's not going to stop.
Like what kind of things? what we're talking
Like
about
cheating,
here.
cheating.
Yeah, we know that happen every day.
Huh?
So what do you recommend the gentleman does? He needs your help. What would you tell him?
Keep silent.
Why?
No, because you're going to stir up something.
And if the wife find out, suppose Miss Lady next door pompously come over and say, oh, you know, the other day your husband came over to help me with my car and I couldn't resist. Because I'm a playwright, you know, I could have write this. What happened then?
She's a liar. Nothing like that.
That's the husband's defense.
Yes. Nothing like that.
And then the wife would say, and you remember she did carry the jerk pan of jerk chicken come. What happened?
That's different, Lady D.
It's not different. Women will start to stretch the little that they saw, stretch it to the point where it becomes real. She going to say...
Because next thing, he tell the wife what took place and she end up in jail and all these things, you know? So I wouldn't tell her, because I know that's a problem.
All right. No problem.
I wouldn't tell her.
All right, Ed,
What
thank
you could do, tell her walk far from that woman. She's your enemy then. Okay?
Thank you so much. Let me go to the next caller. Welcome to Mail Zone. Who am I talking to first?
Lady D, good evening.
Good evening, Pat. Hold on, sir. Go ahead, Pat.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Lady D, I am with Ryan. I would go and tell my wife. A happy wife is a happy life. And seeing that she had already started out with the oil, come touch me in the chicken, and it did not work, the wife saw something that he did not see. And so when she brazenly acted that something was wrong with her car, that was the second strategy. And because he was blinded, he fell for it. You see, he doesn't know how strategic some women can be.
Right.
And so he fell right in the trap. So when he rejected the the wife told him she didn't want the chicken. He did not realize. But now we can just go clean, fester up to his wife and said, you know, my sweetheart, what happened the other day? I was very naive. I did not know that something would be brewing further down the road. You know what happened? You know, this woman, she pretended that, something was wrong with her car, and I went to help. And, of course, this is what she did to me. And so I am coming clean because I don't want her to blackmail me. Because next thing she will blackmail him, and then he's going to be in
another mess.
Pot of hot water. So it's better to come clean, you know, and not have any secrets. Because, you see, when in relationship, when you have secrets, you know, one secret can lead to another, and this lack of communication will really break down the relationship. And this woman, she has a strategy. She knows exactly what she's doing because she knows his wife is on to her.
Yes.
So I would really suggest that he go to his wife and tell her what happened and let the wife go deal with that woman.
All right, Pat.
Period.
Okay. Thank you. All righty. You're welcome. Who's the next caller online? Good evening. Welcome to Mail Zone.
Yeah, me that call it. The police can get life in prison.
Thank you so much, Robert.
The police can get life in prison now.
All right. I appreciate that. Thanks. Okay. Bye-bye. All righty. 914-600-4228.
Hello?
Yes. Hello. 914-600-4228. Mail Zone. Your emails are my priority. What a mix-up, poor man. You see how things can go, though. You think you hear she tell him. It's almost like she couldn't wait to just unearth everything that she had built up. So it started with the pan of jerk chicken. Right? Then she said, all right, that didn't work. You know. And so she say, well, and it's she lay wait him because in the back email that the gentleman sent me, he said his wife had driven out shortly before. So my lady stay there and wait to see him come out and bend over. I tell you, Lord have mercy. Oh, what tangled web we weave. 90 minutes.
So deep.
19 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock at 7:30 p.m. My Black Excellence in Black History Month. Dr. Sandra Grant is seated here enjoying this old mix-up something, waiting patiently for us to delve into what is Black Excellence. What about this doctoral degree thing? How much work is it? Just hearing it, we can't bother. 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. 914-600-4228. I'd like to say hi to my broadcasters airing the program this evening. Touch FM Radio 90.1, signradio.net, CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. Well, Jackie says, well, he will have to approach his wife and begin by telling her that he just realized why the woman came with the jerk chicken. That's a nice entry point there. Perfect combination. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Narita Avenue in the Bronx. Well, Mr. 45-year-old, I'd say run quick. Go tell wifey. And I don't think they're having a bad relationship. I don't think it's any kind of strained relationship that he can't tell her. I don't think so. So, go tell her your massa quick. 22 minutes after 7 o'clock. So what stands out to me this evening in your responses, ladies and gentlemen, between both genders? So the male gender says don't tell. The female gender says go right ahead, go tell. So there is this innate thing in us that, on the male perspective, and it's not a general comment now, I'm just making an observation, that men tend to want to hold back and say, I won't tell. And the woman will just speak her truth, whatever that truth is. Which is why sometimes uno get on yourself in so much mix up because uno no want to tell. And it make it worse. Let her walk away having known you told the truth. Can't beat that,
Inside we share a feeling that's so rare.
And I can squeeze in another comment if you like, 914-600-4228. Because at 7:30 p.m. we go live with Dr. Sandra Grant.
And heaven knows this love will grow stronger every day. Perfect combination. Love plus you and me.
So what happens if he really doesn't tell her? If he does not tell her, you don't think that thing is going to be riding him from now until whenever? It's going to sit in his conscience, and every time he's going to have anxiety attack. I'm telling you, we can get messed. You see, once you have an encounter, an impact, something that impacts you, it's, you know, the brain is a powerful organ. And when that's stored up, you know, you see the moment he wakes up and he's moving around and then suddenly, bam, it hits him. Oh, you don't tell her yet. And then that vivid flashback of the woman whipping him into shape with the kiss. That thing is going to cause his heart to race, I'm telling you. His heart going race. You all don't know this thing, do you? Alrighty, let me hear what you have to tell me. You have 4 minutes. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Yes, I just want to say, you know, the fact that it was on his mind to write an email, it also says to me that the kind of relationship that he may have with his wife might not be as strong as it should be, because then if the wife has certain doubts from the past and they are not living on a solid foundation, you know, in terms of not wanting to tell the wife, might be something that, you know, he may also do, in that, you know, if she's not solid in the relationship, or if they're both not solid and she's got a vulnerable spot, in telling her that, it depending on the timing. Okay, it could be a timing issue. So I wouldn't just say go tell the wife. It depends on the state of where their relationships are. If the wife is sensitive about anything that's going on before that happened, then that's something to look at too.
Okay, got you.
So the timing, I believe, is important.
Yes, I appreciate that, Al Jam. Blessings. Thank you.
Blessings to you, and a great show.
All right, thanks so much. Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. This is Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM. Catch us on the TuneIn app, the Linkage Radio app. 3 minutes and counting to our interview with Dr. Sandra Grant. It ought to be interesting.
Share a feeling that's so rare, so sweet, just knowing that we are a special pair.
Special pair indeed.
Time, we're two of a kind, and heaven knows this love will grow stronger every day.
Perfect combination. A minute and counting to my Black History Month, Black Excellence. Dr. Sandra Grant, Doctor of Educational Leadership. What is that? Taking it down. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. If you are just tuning into the show, oh, you have missed so much. But of course, you're in the best segment right now, my Black Excellence segment here of the show. And I want to just say good evening to those of you who are tuning in to the program. Of course, the show ends at 8 p.m. this evening. My guest is Dr. Sandra Grant. Let's see if we can hear you, Sandy, nice and clear.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
Yes, so you can come a little closer.
Okay, I'm sliding.
Oh, you are?
I'm sliding.
Okay. Righty.
It's better?
Yes, it's better. Yes, yes. Welcome, everyone. Those of you who are on the YouTube channel, Sandy, you want to just slip this way a little more? There you have it. And then pull your mic so they can. Oh, now we're talking.
Okay.
Yeah, now we're talking. Welcome, everyone, to my Black Excellence feature, Dr. Sandra Grant. I have known Sandy for many years, and separate and apart from her being a child of God, a woman of God, a woman who loves the Lord, loves ministry, loves people, she has aspired to academic excellence. She has a doctoral degree, and we were celebrating her recent birthday, and it hit me. I'm like, yes, I could interview Sandy, but that was not the place for that. But I knew I would have eventually reached out to you, because in our community, people are excelling, but invariably do we make that point of contact to say, I want to know more. Here you are in this phase of your life. So before we get into all of that kind of nice of stuff, I would just like to say welcome to Inside the Zone. I know it is your first time being in the radio station with me.
Right.
But we have worked together.
Yes, we have.
Out in the community. As a matter of fact, she directed me in a choir.
Yes, I did.
I was singing alto.
That's right. Good days.
Good days. So it's my pleasure having you here. Welcome to my Black History Month segment. And how have you been, Sandy?
I've been fine. I've been good. Just doing well with the pandemic and making sure that my students are good, and just making sure that my parents are good, and, just loving life and going about it, enjoying life, still celebrating. I celebrate the whole month.
Of course, please
for my
do.
Birthday, so still celebrating. I have a few more days left, but I'm still celebrating.
And you can
and just enjoying.
You can move over to March too if you feel like.
That's true. March is Women's Month. So yes.
See?
So there we go.
Of course. And of course I could not have wrapped up Black History Month and not invite you here in this segment, because I think it is profound. I think it is an achievement. I think that other people need to hear the work that goes into acquiring a doctorate.
Yes.
A
lot of work.
It's a lot of work. So I want you to feel great with me, because I feel like singing with you right now.
Oh.
It's a new season. It's a new day. Yes. So you sing over there and I can hum over here.
It's a new season.
It's a new day, a fresh anointing is coming my way. It's a season of power and whatever. What is the word? Prosperity. I am off course. It's a new season. Yes.
Coming to me. And you.
And you. There you go. So that's how we started off. It's a new season indeed in your life. Now tell me, are you a Yardi Jamaican or you are a foreigner American?
Well, no one believes I'm Jamaican. No one believes me. I was born there. And when I say I was born in Jamaica, they usually say Jamaica Queens. That's the joke.
Okay.
But I was born there. Bishop Milroy Grant and Marjorie Grant, lovely parents. I'm the last of 6. I was born there, but I grew up here, and I had a lot of influential people from the South and from different countries. So, and then my dad really didn't encourage us to speak the dialect. So I don't speak it, and sometimes I really don't understand. It's hard to say, but sometimes I don't understand it.
The patois?
Yes, I got to take it real slow to understand.
So what age you came to this country?
what, about 10, 11?
Oh, okay.
10,
So
11?
they worked on you, man.
Yes,
they worked on you, Sandy.
Yes.
Hush.
Yes.
Nevertheless, here you are.
Yes.
And I know when we speak, you understand us, right?
Yeah. Just got to slow down.
We just got to slow down. Okay. Now, were you a good little girl?
Actually, I was.
Mm-hmm.
I always try not to disappoint my parents. So that was always my driving force. Even at double nickel, double platinum, I'm still making sure that whatever I do, not only in line with what God wants for me, but making sure that my parents, my dad is going to be 90, my mom 87, and making sure that they are still proud of who I am. And it was so funny. My mom called me and before I came, and she was like, "I'm so proud of you." And that really, that just worth more than any millions of dollars.
So they're listening, they're watching?
Yes, my mom is listening and watching.
Sister
Hi, Mom.
Oh, nice. Yes. Well, congrats. Now, how is this new season in your life going, Dr. Grant?
It's going well. I've so many things have happened during this pandemic, life changes, going from single to married, going from, just making sure that everything that I do is really gonna uplift my life, and not only my life, because once my life is uplifted, then I can help someone else.
That's right.
So, even making sure that the parents that I interact with at work, that they are okay, because dealing with students at home and making sure that they're still learning at a quality, having the quality education that they have, going to church and making sure that, you're still giving God your all, and, being with your friends. So it's just like overall, just making sure that all aspect of my life is doing well, and, being okay, being mentally healthy,
and that's important.
Knowing when to back up, knowing when to just let things go, knowing when to understand that sometimes you have to fight for the right, for the things that you want to hold on to.
Yes. And I must say that I'm so happy for you when I got my invitation. Unfortunately, we couldn't come. But, the marriage, and we met him recently. So congrats, Sandy. I'm so happy.
I know.
So happy for you. Now, it is apparent that your passion for educating, impressionable young minds, gives you a sense of accomplishment. Why did you choose teaching as a career?
Actually, I think teaching chose me. All my life, I wanted to be a doctor. I always told my mom, I remember, I think I was about 6 or 7 years old. I would get grass or leaves. I would beat it on in a bowl or something, and I would tell my mom that this is medicine. So I always wanted to be a doctor. When I started college, I went to Hunter College. I started, getting myself ready to be a pediatrician, because I always loved kids. People would come to church and they would just give me their babies. The child is fussy. Oh, where's Sandra? Come, take the baby. So I always gravitated to babies and to children. And always wanted to, still wanted to be a doctor, pediatrician. Of course, book work, I'm good. I'm getting the A's and getting the, doing well with understanding the studies. And then the clinical started, and that's when I knew that that wasn't for me.
Oh.
I started, it just took a toll on my body. And once my mom came to me, she was like, I don't think, you got to rethink it, because now, I would see blood and I would upchuck, and I would see, I would see babies that were sick, and I'm crying, and I'm like, okay. And I'm just like, no, you're supposed to be taking care of the babies. You can't look at the babies who, who just have a broken arm and you're crying. You can't help them if you're crying. So that's why I said teaching chose me, because if I didn't get the opportunity to take care of them, in their health wise, in their physical being, then it was like, okay, Sandy, teach them how to help themselves, teach them how to do the best that they can in life, teach them how to become whoever they want to be. And that's how I became a teacher. So when I went back to school, I did sociology because I said, okay, maybe I can become a social worker, or maybe I can come to help those children who have been abused. So I've always have a passion to help children.
Yes.
But I'm like, okay, Sandy, you still have such a passion to educate the young minds. So that's how I got into teaching.
Well, that's interesting. And what age group are we talking about?
Well, I've taught elementary, pre-K, elementary, all the way up to 8.
All the way up to 8?
Yes.
Okay, and that's a kind of interesting age group.
Very, very much. Right now I'm teaching 5th grade, and it's like I'm living my best life through them.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow, wow. So let's talk. Welcome, everyone. You're just tuning in. It's my Black Excellence. My guest is Dr. Sandra Grant. And it's my pleasure having Sandy. She has her doctorate in educational leadership, and we'll be getting into that in a few minutes. She's Jamaican. She came here when she was 11.
Very little.
Yes, and so though she has that very deep southern drawl, she really come from a yard. Okay, don't get it twisted out there. Yeah. But anyway, I would like to recognize your accomplishment here on the show Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Now, I know that a doctoral degree is the highest level of academic achievement in any field, right? And a degree holder, as you receive the accompanying scholarly respect.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure it has gone literally.
Yeah, it could go both ways.
Well, and I'm sure, but people have been now referring to you
as
doctor.
Yes.
And how do you receive it?
It's humbling because, you've done the work. Like, I've done the work. I've done the academic work of it. But now it's like becoming what I've done. It's like now it's like, okay, what do you do with it? So it's like I'm always thinking ahead of, okay, now I've got this. What do I do with it?
Yes.
So I'm not going to sit with it. What am I going to do with it? So when I hear... I'm a very shy person. Nobody believes, that. But when I need to get something done, all of that being shy and that goes out the window.
Right.
But when, just Dr. Sandy, it took me a while to really accept that people were saying Dr. Sandy. My brother-in-law, actually, Besley Nelson, if he's watching, he's been calling me doctor from I started the program. And even through the pandemic, when I wanted to quit, when I wanted to give up, and when I had such a horrible experience with my chair, and when all these things were happening, he was still calling me doctor. My cousin, Sonia Wisdom True, always called me. So it was always like reinforced in my mind, like, yes, Sandy, you're not only studying, but you are becoming this person. You're not Sandy with an associate, with a bachelor's, with a master's. Now you're adding a doctorate to it. So now the responsibility of what do you do with it? So now it's like, okay, now I've got the doctorate. What do I do with it?
So for a graduate as yourself, define what is this degree?
Well, it's in leadership, which of course you can be a leader of any school. You can also, you have the opportunity also to be a professor, to be an adjunct professor in a school. You can teach just about in any capacity. You can consult, that's where my real passion is, consulting. I don't gravitate to being a principal or vice principal. That's not
you.
Yeah, because something about getting up every day and telling people what to do, it's not my forte.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's not. So it's very difficult. But I'm very organized to a fault, as you heard at your party. Very organized. So I know the skills that I have afford me the right to do just about anything that I can put my mind to. I've been involved in reforming schools already. So, just, have teachers that have reached out to me. The curriculum needs help.
Yes.
So I'm in curriculum building, making sure that our students are getting the right learning material, making sure that there's not a cap over their head. Like, I remember when I taught pre-K, I had 3 and 4 year olds that were reading at a first grade level until they came in and says, oh, we have the Common Core standards, so they're not able to do that at that age. So we've put a cap on a lot of the things that the students are able to do.
Yes.
But we give them a phone at a few months and they can open the phone, they can do all these things with it. We have to target the fact that they are able to do those things and make sure that we have the resources available to make sure that they are learning at the capacity that they are.
That's right.
Not everybody learn at the same pace, but we have to make sure we afford them the instruction to make sure that they are learning.
Absolutely. It's Black History Month, and there are naysayers, whose hostile rhetoric aims to belittle Black excellence. In fact, I'll take it a step further by saying it is overrated. How do you feel about that?
Overrated? No. As a matter of fact, I was really thinking about it, and don't want to feel like an activist or anything like that. But if society as a whole was not dumbing down and pressuring down our Black and brown babies, then the fact that there is Black excellence should not be a problem. If they can embrace the fact that we are human beings who are striving to be our best, just like any other culture, any other people, then they will embrace. And the only reason why those language will come out is because they're not willing to embrace the fact that within our Black and brown community, we have people of excellence. We have people who fight real hard to become who they want to become. And one of my big passion is, I speak to my students all the time. That's why I love 5th grade, because they ask me a lot of questions. Miss Sandy, do you have homework today? And I was like, yes, I have homework. Do you have to do this? Yes, I have to do that. Because I'm instilling them that do not allow anyone to tell you that you can only go this far. You can go as far as you put your mind to it. And don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it. And because of that, we have Black excellence. We have people who, not just me, who have taken the time to study, to to give up certain things and to miss certain things. I love concerts, but sometimes I couldn't go because I had a paper that I had to write, I had 400 pages that I had to read and to edit, and making those sacrifices. We have so many of those in our community, and we just have to make sure that they are highlighted. And I honor you because you're taking the time out to honor those who have done so well. And there's just a line of, once you do it, it's like there's a line of people that are doing it. When I started the program, there were people that said, how are you going to do that? Like, that's crazy.
Yes.
A doctoral program? That is going to blow your mind. Right now, there are 2, my cousin and another young lady, that came to me and said, you know what, you inspired me.
Yes.
To go ahead. And one is finished and the other one is on her way. So just for that, I can say there are so many excellence in our community.
Yes.
And we have to make sure that we are the ones that are saying, okay, yes, because the mentoring, making sure that, we're there to help, making sure that we are there to support, making sure that we are there to understand. My friends had to understand that sometimes I can't come. My church had to understand sometimes I really can't be on the worship team right now. So, just that, having that community of understanding and making sure that, yeah, we support you in whatever you're doing. I have people behind me that's just pushing me at the times when I wanted to give up.
Yes.
The excellence out there it's not just there, but it's in a lot of our hearts and it's in a lot of our minds, and we just have to have that environment that's going to bring that forth.
The voice of Dr. Sandra Grant. Hello, good evening, everyone. Doctor of Educational Leadership. And Sandy, I just like how you're able to make your delivery in such a timely manner so that persons are listening and actually saying, boy, even at 60, I could go do something. You know, because, you know, in this country, the opportunities are here.
Yes.
And if you are so inclined,
yes,
then you should go after it. Some of us are just doing some things when we're just in our 40s and all that. Don't delay. Don't delay. Thank you so much, Sandy, for, you know, and of course you also alluded to in your comments about encouraging others to aspire to greatness, because I realize that we live in the 5 boroughs here. But the 5 boroughs is not the United States of America.
Exactly.
It's just a drop in the bucket. There's so many other great experiences out there.
Yes.
I have in my community and the young adults and so on and the youth that I encounter, you know, they're going off to college. I'm saying, so what are you going to do? Somebody tell me psychology, or they're doing education. Okay, 2 very important things.
Yes.
But I know that there are so many other great things that can take them leaps and bounds, because there are certain careers. They are so limited.
Yes.
They need people. They will pay you the world.
That's true.
The first time I spoke to Beverly East, she is a handwriting expert. There are not many of those.
No.
That left an impression on me. Yeah. I tell you that you only have to tap into something that is so far-fetched, people think.
Yeah.
That, you know, when you go after it, you're in such high demand.
Yeah.
Because you're, so I commend you. I commend you. I commend you.
And just to add, I spoke about being a consultant, and I remember I had the opportunity to teach in Bermuda for 2 years. When I got to Bermuda, I in a sense helped to build up their school, you know, the school that I was teaching. You know, it was attached to the church, so there were so many different skills that I brought in, and I was like, okay, I could really do this. I could really do this. You know, it's like I could really help to build curriculums. I've just been a part of that even before I started the doctoral program.
Well, you know, you keep going there, my dear, because we're right here with you. And finally, what are your long-term goals, Dr. Grant?
Yeah, I mentioned being a consultant. I don't want to be tied down, and it sounds weird, but I want to be able to go in and I quote unquote fix what's broken in the educational system. We've heard about the Common Core, where, you know, we took the students and we said, okay, they can't do this, so let's give them that.
Yes.
Now we're going backwards. We're retracting, and we said, okay, I think they can handle it. I want to be that one in the middle that says, listen, we all learn at different time and place. Let us make sure the curriculum is available for everyone. Make sure that the way how the curriculum is, that everyone is able to learn from it, and not put a cap on what the abilities of the students are. So with the idea that I have to be a consultant is to go to the different schools. I'm always in private schools. I'm not a fan of public school. So I've being in that environment where I'm able to create parts of the curriculum where I'm able to look at what's not working and revise it. In a sense, reform what's already there.
Yes. Well, again, to my guest on YouTube, I'd like to welcome you all. And while you're there, I invite you to subscribe to my channel, Inside the Zone with Lady D. Denise Gomez. So many of your friends are here just saying hi to you, Sandy. Congrats, Sandy. That's Samisha. She says, congrats, Sandy. So proud of my bestie. And one of my avid listeners here, Pat, she says, good evening, Sandy. We're so proud of you and your accomplishments. Wishing you continued success in all of your life's endeavors.
Thank you.
And she says, ambition and motivation will enable us to go forward.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
And I just want you to give a word of encouragement to our youth, young adults, and persons who are really trying to find their way.
Find your passion. Find out what it is that you wake up in the morning and think about. What is it that keep you awake at night? What is it that is always in the forefront of your mind? And find a way to build that passion into your life. Find a way, like, for example, if you're into music, and all you can think about is music, then hone the craft. Make sure that if it's singing, get the voice lessons. Make sure that you know your tone. Make sure you know this. If you're an artist, look at the different artists. Whatever your passion is, if you like to, like a lot of, there's so many entrepreneurs now, they're creating t-shirts, they're doing whatever it is that is your passion. Make sure that you are building on it. Make sure that you are thinking about it. Make sure that it's a part of your life. And once it's a part of your life, then it becomes really easier for you to understand, okay, this is what I really want to do.
Yes.
And as you go to school and as you get your education, yes, you can be an entrepreneur, but get your education. Because your education is really going to be the one that's going to thrust you forward. That's going to really save you money in the end. And that's going to really take you to a different level where people not only look at you and say, oh, she's but they're going to look at you and say, she's an educated entrepreneur. That's
a whole different,
totally different level.
Yes, agree. Thank you. So before we wrap up, I have a fun segment here. Yeah. One word answers only.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Are you ready? Very simple, man. Nothing too hard. The first one, love.
Hubby.
Oh, sure. Oh, after all, I like you, Sandy. He's right here with you. Great job. Structure.
Planning.
Children.
Embrace.
Music.
Wow. Peace.
Education.
Achievement.
Dedication.
Just one word?
Yeah.
Education. I would say probably life.
This is the part I like. I don't really tell my guests,
I know, this is hard. One word. That one word.
Okay. So you gave me an answer.
Yeah.
And finally, Sandra Grant.
Compassion.
All righty. We did good, Sandy. 1 minute to 8 o'clock.
Yes.
We got in so much. It has been my pleasure, Dr. Sandra Grant. And I'm looking forward to hearing so much. I'm looking forward to hearing there's a write-up about a curriculum. And guess who made the change?
Yes.
That kind of thing.
That's my dream.
See?
I see it.
Yes, so I'm looking forward to so much. And, my show was designed with my community in mind. And so as long as I can tap into things that are going well, things that are not going well, right? Because there has to be an even keel. However, I like to put you all out there and say, hey, this is what's happening here in our community. You are a member of the name of the church, please?
East Flatbush Church of God.
Okay.
Soon to be Ebenezer Urban Ministry Center.
And your pastor?
Bishop R.C.U. Nelson.
And the role in your church that you play?
I'm the worship leader and also the drama director.
Alrighty, and Sandy's group?
Praise Express.
And they have been a staple on a big platform in the Bronx annually?
Yes.
Called The Fun in the Sun.
Yes.
Yes, and they are great. Each year you guys come, you bring your game, you step it up each time.
Thank you.
So we commend you for that. And looking forward for this year.
Yes, looking forward. Before you know it.
Before you know it. August 7, 2022.
Yes, definitely.
So again, congratulations.
Thank you
and
so
I appreciate that you found the time to come by, sit with me and talk with me and share your journey.
Yes, it was lovely. I'm not a fan of speaking about myself, so this was humbling.
Yes, and I'm sure, you'll be doing so much more.
Yes.
Because as you advance in your area of discipline, people will be calling on you for something like this.
Yes, that is true.
That is true. So again, thank you so much for joining me here on my Black Excellence in Black History Month.
Thank you for having me.
That's a wrap for the feature this evening, ladies and gentlemen. To my YouTubers, you're all over there having a wonderful time. Applause going up, D Wisdom.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Your cousin. And Serene says, you did well, sis. Yes. So, yes, people are proud of you, Sandy.
Thank you.
And if your parents are watching, I hope they're like, oh, my baby, look at my baby.
Right. That's my mom.
You see what I mean?
She calls me her wash bellies up to this day. So,
and that's all right. That's a very important role, Yes, the last one.
Yes.
So thank you, everyone, for tuning in to the show this evening, Inside the Zone with Lady D. Denise Gomez. It has been my pleasure bringing the fourth Thursday feature of the show right here with my Gospel Music Thursday. This is how I do each and every Monday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM. Don't forget to tune in this coming Saturday at 10 a.m. for Saturday morning runnings. Guess what we're going to talk about this Saturday morning? Market days. Market. Those of you who have literally forgotten about the days when you had to go to the market, I'm sorry for you. I remember when I would go to the market as a child, and I learned about how to work with my list. Then as I got older, I didn't have to carry a list anymore. I was the big time shopper with Miss Monica. So I'm looking forward to seeing you all Saturday morning at 10 a.m. And of course, joining me will be Shernette Mignet Brown, Maxine Lyons, Jackie Brainbox Tyson, and Jennifer, a.k.a. Miss Jen Douglas. And Max Poet, alongside yours truly, Lady D. It should be fun. We've been having so much fun, Sandy. I don't know.
I saw the
Saturdays.
Yes.
There you go. So wrapping it up now, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in to the show. And, I'm hoping that as you are tuning in and listening, that you might have a child, or there's an adult, somebody who has just gone above and beyond, broken barriers and boundaries, and you want to say, you could talk to Lady D. Bring them out, man. Bring them out. Let them share their story, right? And make we dark way home now, Sandy. So, ladies and gentlemen, you should see Sandy's face a while ago. She had absolutely no clue what I just said. Sandy said, what? So, you know, when they would say, now, run along home.
Okay.
Right? So we said, dark yourself home.
Okay.
Lord, I tell you. So nevertheless, thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in with me this evening, and I'm wishing you all a wonderful weekend. You know, I like to show off. My weekend begins with you on a Thursday evening because I'm not here until Monday again. But I trust we will all be covered by the blood of Jesus Christ and that we will be safe so that I can be back here with you on Monday to do it all over again. As always, thanks to Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx, for sponsoring the show. And for you joining me here on the platform. To my YouTubers, what would I do without you? Don't leave and not subscribe to my channel if you have not yet done so. Okay? I'm pointing. I see all of you. See? I see you like the school teacher. So, blessings to everyone. As always, love yourselves, love your children, and remember in everything you do, it is the will of God concerning your life. A lot of love and blessings, everyone. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Thank you, Sandy. We're out of here.
I just sat one time reminiscing on life, the bright Sunday afternoon, and I'm there talking to myself, disappointed in promises people gave, and still them can't come true. And I know your words has when it's the help of man, and curses the man who put him trust in man. My question is, can I put my trust in you, Jesus? Then you spoke so clearly, can't say you didn't hear it. Knocked me off my feet. Got to brush myself off to look around slowly, cause I was scared, but saw nobody. Yeah, and I know you might think I'm crazy, but this voice that I heard, it amazed me. So me run for pen and piece of paper and record everything that you said to me. You are my child, I will never let you go. I will never, could I never let you go. Cause you are my child, you are my son. I will never let you go. No, 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 no. Cause you are my child. Don't you understand? I am the great I am, and everything you need.
You're locked on to the #1 radio station. Number one radio station.
They play the best music.
#1. The best music for your